Baseball fans, welcome back to another edition of the MVC First Pitch, our sit down with a one-on-one of the Missouri Valley Conference baseball coaches. And it's Keith Guttin's turn, the Dean of the Valley, after Missouri State takes care of Samford over the weekend. And I know, Keith, being the Dean of the Valley, being around as long as you have, you probably flew back first class and let the other guys bus back, right?
No, we're all in it together, Shane, as usual. And fortunately, we had a noon start as opposed to the usual 1 o'clock on Sunday, but just part of the deal.
Well, you win the series, and that was your final tune-up before the DBU series, and no games in the midweek this week. So talk about maybe taking a little momentum. I know baseball is kind of funny that way, but it seemed like you swung the bats really well against Stanford this weekend.
Well, we did on Sunday. We really didn't, honestly, on Friday and Saturday. Friday, we were behind 3-0, managed to come back with some key hits late in the game and pull that one out, and kind of stifled by their pitcher on Saturday and came back. And Sunday, you're usually trying to outslug somebody. And fortunately, we did.
And generally speaking, this year with your averaging about 8 runs a game, there's been 2 games already this year by my count that you have 20 hits in one game and 6 home runs, of course, on Sunday. Last year, you ended up the season. I know we're only halfway through the season here, Keith, but last year during the season, you had 3 guys hit 291 or more. You have 6 guys this year. Does it always seem to you like that there's an inning that starts where you got a chance to score runs this year?
Well, I think this, to be completely candid, more of our runs are being scored on Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday than they are Friday and Saturday. And that's okay, but we need to do a better job maybe against the 1s and the 2s on Friday and Saturday. But we have got contributions really up and down. We've got a couple injuries now. We don't know where that's going to go going into next weekend. But it's kind of been a team effort, and Joey Hawkins has led the way, our new hitting coach, with his simplistic philosophy of what he wants the guys to do. They've really bought in, and he's created great relationships with the players.
It's one thing to have an all-Valley player come back and Greg Baldwin. It's another thing to have him hit 383. Is he kind of a set-it-and-forget-it guy, a guy that you're like, thank goodness I don't have to worry about him?
Well, he's just, to know him personally, Shane, that's kind of how he is as a person. I mean, he's a 4.0 plus student. He's a captain. He's a quiet, strong, smart leader, and he's really the guy on our team.
Let's talk about your pitching staff for just a little bit. You've always seemed like you had a couple of swing guys that can take the ball from the 4th until the 9th. You got that again this season. But talk about your level of concern/comfort with having a starting pitcher that can give you solid innings on a weekend, and that's going to start this weekend, obviously, with DBU.
Well, the one guy we have been able to count on for that is Adam Link, grad transfer. He's just been solid. He just competes well. And the thing I like most, you're always going to scuffle in an inning or 2, maybe middle of the game, but he seems to put that behind him and then continue to give you a couple more. Our bullpen, it has been the strength of Trey Ziegenbein, Ryan Rodriguez, Forrest Barnes. We don't have a true closer per se. We have hopefully guys that can finish a game, whether it be 1, 2, 3 innings. And, we've got some inconsistency in our starts, and that's a concern for us. So we're trying to clean up.
You mentioned the nuttiness that can happen on Sunday, certainly did against Samford, but when it was 8-8 early, you ended up with Forrest Barnes really calming things down, didn't you?
That's what he's done. That he doesn't have overwhelming stuff, but he gets outs, and he's done that several weekends in a row. And he's, like I said, we can go to Ziegenbein, Rodriguez, or Barnes Friday, or all 3 combination of, and they've done a nice job for us.
A lot of times pitchers nowadays, Keith, want to know why, always asking questions, asking about their roles. Seems like a lot of your guys, you tell them in not so many words that your role is to pitch until we take the ball from you.
Well, I think your role is to get 3 outs, hopefully. And what I see, Shane, is a lot of guys that are pretty good for 1 or 2, and they're not really trained coming up as starters, whether that's a reflection of what summer baseball is now, where guys go in, they air it out for a few innings, and then it's the next guy's turn. But it's very unusual now, looking across the country, to see guys consistently going even 6 innings.
It seems like, let's take the big look at the big picture now as you get ready for DBU. They've always been a benchmark of the Missouri Valley Conference since they've been here. They got within 1 game of Omaha. You know all about that. You guys have been there. But with Indiana State last year, and maybe to a lesser degree, Southern Illinois and DBU, does it seem like now you're the hunter instead of the hunted? You guys have taken turns over your 40 years there. How's it feel?
Well, I think the league is good this year in particular. I haven't seen the RPI rankings for the leagues yet today, but I think we've been 5th the last 3 weeks. That's kind of as good as it gets for us. And if you look around the league, I think virtually every team has really had some quality, not just maybe non-league wins, but quality series wins over non-league opponents. It's been a really good start across the board for the league.
Glad you don't have any midweeks getting ready for DBU, so you can kind of get your ducks in a row a little bit?
I think so. Coming off the road, getting in late, you're leaving Thursday. We've got a couple guys banged up. I think that'll help us physically get ready. Yes.
Coach, we appreciate your time as always. Best of luck down in Dallas this weekend and beyond. We'll catch up with you later, okay?
Thanks for doing this, Shane. Appreciate you. Take care.
You bet. Bradley head coach Elvis Dominguez joins us next time. That's next on the MVC First Pitch. We'll see you then.